All right, welcome you back to Baton Rouge. We're now joined by head coach Jeff Walz with Louisville. We are expecting Olivia Cochran and Marissa Russell to join us. As soon as they arrive, we will let them sit, and we will do our same format. We'll let Coach have his opening comment here. When the players come in, we'll address questions to the players first. We'll let the girls go back to the locker room, and then we'll continue with Coach. Coach, we appreciate your time, and the microphone is yours.
Yeah, no, first I'd like to congratulate MTSU and Rick and his team. I thought they played extremely well, continue to fight, continue to just compete. And it was just a really, really bad second quarter and third quarter for us, and it's been kind of the story of our year. Unfortunately, we'll have two good quarters, two solid quarters, and then we have two that we don't play well. And it's not just on the offensive end; it's the defensive end. So we're going to have to go back now, and with the players that we have returning, we're going to have to really evaluate, what can we do as coaches to help change that? Because I thought, we did a lot of good things. I thought we played it at the pace we wanted to play in the first quarter, a little bit in the second quarter, and then unfortunately just did not come up with plays when we needed to there late in the game.
Let's see, Coach, if there's a few players that come in. Yeah. Yep, come on up. Let's give Marissa and Olivia just a second here to come join us and sit down. Thank you all for joining us.
Now these cups up here, what do you got?
That's fresh. That's water.
Okay, I want to make sure nobody's drinking it.
We did them fresh for you all. Yep. Marissa and Olivia, thank you all for joining us. Coach has had a chance to speak. So for those who have questions for either Marissa or Olivia, let's start with them. We appreciate their time. We'll talk to questions for the players first.
A question for both Marissa and Olivia. Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report. Coach just mentioned in his opening statement 2 good quarters, 2 quarters that were mediocre. Just talk about the team's mental.
Yeah, it's a very painful right now. He's right. We gotta finish games. This happened. He's mentioned it before to us in the locker room. We have to finish games. We did this at Notre Dame. We did this in the ACC tournament, and this hurts. And sorry. And he's gonna come in here and take the blame, but it's on us as a team, as players. It's hard. He's a great guy. He's a great coach. We've been here for 4 years, and we know the culture here. We know the standard here, and this is not it. And I apologize to our fans, to our senior administrators, our staff. This is not Louisville women's basketball. Our alumni. This is not who we are. And I feel like a failure, and I apologize.
I don't even got nothing to say.
Alexis Cuba, Louisville Courier-Journal. Marissa, Olivia, did you guys notice anything different, or what was kind of just, I know you had the break in between the tournaments, but did you guys feel good coming in, or what was that like? I mean, you got off to a hot start, but just seemed like,
Hell yeah, we felt good. I thought we was going to win the game. Like Coach Walz said, we just had a bad second half, and we've been doing that all year. And we've been trying to emphasize them that cars fly in March, but we didn't fly today, so we're just going to keep working during the spring and the summer and work on us and get our culture back. We just got to learn to be tough. We got to learn how to fight adversity, which we haven't been doing all season. So, yeah.
Dominic Gates, WLKY in Louisville. This is for both of you, but first, just Marissa. You talked about just the standard of this program, just even though, just for these players coming back, just how much could that be used as fuel? Because like I said, this first round exit isn't normal for this program, and for the players that have the opportunity, how much, I guess it's easy motivation. Could you kind of explain that for you all?
Yeah, I give our team props. We finished last year with 4 players on our roster, and the coaches did a great job of recruiting and getting these girls, and they bought in as much as they could. They worked really hard throughout the season. It's not easy. I've been here for 4 years. I played for this guy. It's a up and down roller coaster, but he loves us, and we want to do, and he holds us to a high level, and we want to be elite, and that's what we hold each other to. like you said, we have a big roster coming back. We have more returners coming back. So that's going to be really good in terms of carrying that culture over and having this bad taste in our mouth throughout the whole spring and summer. And obviously, we have time off now, and then we're coming right back early. So let's just get to work and use this as fuel.
Going off of that, what do you guys say to these players who just got here this year? You know, obviously you have Jada and Alif coming back. What do you say to them and to get them to know that, hey, this is not what we do?
We gotta get in the gym. It started in practice. We gotta go learn how to go hard in practice, because that's what's gonna carry over on the court. How hard we go, our motor. We gotta have a better motor. We gotta give better effort. But I feel like this team, like we just conjoined so fast, and we had to learn each other so fast. So that's why we were just so up and down and roller coaster. But the 4 years I've been here, I done played on 4 different teams. So it's just about how you adjust to it and how you buy in. We just gonna get in the gym this summer and work. Who want to stay, stay. Who want to go, go.
100%.
Olivia and Marissa, y'all, Blake Spadell from WNBA Swish. Y'all were up 16 points in the first quarter, and then just an avalanche hit y'all in the third quarter. What exactly do y'all think went wrong?
We fouled too much.
Yeah.
We gave them opportunity on the free throw line. And like I said, we didn't play hard. Sometimes we didn't box out, rebound. Like we needed one rebound to get one shot, and we couldn't come up with it. We just gotta learn how to finish games, and like I said, play through adversity.
And a big emphasis was playing all 40 minutes of the game. Obviously, we didn't do that today, so we didn't. That's why that happened. We didn't do that. Mental focus, just kind of staying locked in the whole entire 40 minutes. It's just not what we did today.
One last question for the players, Brett.
Hey, Olivia, in terms of the fouls, MTSU seemed to think it was quite a big deal that when you got your fourth and had to sit for a bit, and they feel like they made most of their progress there. And I was just wondering if you could, I know some games just go like this. Was it anything they did, or was it just tough calls, or how do you view how that all happened?
I don't really know how to answer that, but my coaches was... Yeah, my coaches emphasized all week, we need you in the game, don't foul. And some of the calls was tough, but some of the calls I got was dumb fouls on me. I take full responsibility for that. But like I said, when I got out on the court, I battled. I went hard for my teammates, for my coaches. And I'm sorry.
You're fantastic, babe.
Yeah.
You both were.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Olivia. I played with her for 4 years. I've never doubted that she's going to go on the floor and give her best. We were down, I don't even know, in that fourth quarter, and we were like, she's like, we got to go to the last second goes, and she did that. And I'm so proud of her. We've known each other for years. We're going to do this again for another year, because this is not it. This is not it. And like Coach, I keep saying it, Coach Walz is a great coach, and we don't pay attention to social media, but I just want to say, he's made some comments, obviously the NIL stuff about the turnovers and stuff, but he's a great guy. I just don't like some people say some stuff about this guy, and he can't say it by himself because, he's lovely. But as his player, I've been here for 4 years. I'm coming back for 5 years. I don't know who sees this, whatever, but we're coming back because of him. We're coming back, and we're going to go further in this tournament next year. I promise you that. I don't care who's listening. I don't care who's watching. We're coming back because he's a great, he's a great effing coach. And that's why we're coming back. I don't care what other people have to say. I don't care what coaches are saying at other teams. Recruits, if you want to win, come here. I don't care. This is a different season. This is a different team. And we're going to hold our team to a higher standard. We're leaders here, and that's what's going to happen next year. And that's a promise.
For sure.
Marissa and Olivia, appreciate your time. I know it's emotions. And by the way, you're as far from failure as possible. Not even close. Thank you for the way you represented. Congratulations on your season. And thank you for your time.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, baby. I love you. I love you, baby. You know that. Proud of you.
Okay, any other questions now for Coach? We appreciate the players with their time. We can ask a few questions now for Coach.
All right, Coach.
Good to see you, young man.
Same here. Your players talked about what you all talked about every day and coming back. I didn't know the turnover was that large until you all had started conference play, and I was like, this is going to be a struggle. But you are who you are, and you get as far as you can go with the kids that you have that want to play. Just talk about this particular squad and the two young ladies that just walked away?
I love this group, and I told them in the locker room that's been one of the most enjoyable seasons that I've had. Had no drama. They're great kids, and I call them kids because I treat them like they're my own kids. I love them like they're my own, and as I always say, my two of my four are behind me, and my two don't like me all the time either because it's called parenting. You have to discipline sometimes, but they both know I love them, and my players know I love them as well. It just sucks. Nobody wants to go out this way. I mean, it was a roller coaster of a year, and I'm not making excuses. I just state facts that I was pushing them pretty darn hard there in the middle of February, and that game at Syracuse took a lot out of a few of them. When you're getting pushed and challenged, and all of a sudden that shit happens, it was like, oh, you're kidding. And and then today, it's not an excuse, it's part of life. I mean, Sid gutted it out for 30 minutes, and Sid's sick. Sid never asked to come out of a game, and she must have asked five or six times. And that's part of it. So it's not an excuse. It's just I felt really bad for her. You go through an entire season. I don't think she's been sick all year. And you get to the game in the NCAA tournament, and I saw her this morning at breakfast, and I was like, you going to be okay? She's like, I'm fine. And for those that follow us a lot, you could just see it energy-wise from her. But and Riss, I'm really proud of them. They competed. They fought. It just we didn't make some plays when you had to make plays, and you tip your hat to them, and they made some big shots when it mattered, and we had some shots when it was we're up 2, up 3, where if you make it, you're back to 5. We had a couple threes that went in and out, and you go back, you're going to go back and look at things. What could have been? I'm looking, the transition basket in the second quarter that got waved off. A travel's called when Nina makes it. It was going to put it at 20, and then it's like, okay, can you keep rolling? And she very well may have walked, and it's just it's one of those. It's like, damn, you had that opportunity. And the thing that we talk to our players about is every possession this time of year, you have to play with urgency. Every possession matters, every single one. And unfortunately, we didn't do a great job of playing every possession with that type of urgency. But again, give a ton of credit to MTSU and Coach Insole and his staff because they played a really good basketball game.
Two-part question. You've said that a lot as far as this team being one of the most enjoyable ones you've had. What made it enjoyable, and how do you, just kind of really put everything into perspective? Because obviously this is the first for you two, losing in the first round as a head coach.
No, I'll start with that. It sucks. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, we have had a ton of success here in postseason play, and this is not what we're used to. I'll take the responsibility for that. I mean, I've got to get back to doing things the way, I've done them in the past. I've got to challenge them more. I've got to get them in shape. I've got to demand things, demand more from them. Every practice can't be comfortable. It's got to be uncomfortable. So then when you get in the games, no matter how hard it goes, you've experienced all of that in practice. So I've got to get back to just taking some things over and really challenging them and pushing them. So that's my fault. But they're great kids because, nobody's complaining about somebody else shooting. Nobody's complaining. I mean, they just wanted to win, and it's been enjoyable. I mean, it really has. I mean, it's been great. The year went by as fast as I've had in a long time. Normally there have been a few years that we've been really good, and it's February, and I'm like, damn, this shit over yet? Because it was just a grind, But this group's been fantastic. I'm excited about our incoming class for next year. Excited about our returning players, and I think our future is really bright. I mean, I think we're going to make great strides next year, especially with O and Riss coming back, and Aleph has really gotten better and better. I mean, it's a kid that I saw play the first week in August, and then is on campus in September. I recruited her for 2 weeks, convinced her to come. She knew nobody. So she really didn't even have a preseason at all. And now we've got the opportunity to have a post-season with her, spring workouts, summer, and I think she's only going to get better.
Coach, I appreciate your honesty. If you have time for one more question with Brett.
I got
AP.
plenty of time.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, last question, Brett.
Sure. I noticed your physical reaction as the last shot kind of hit the backboard and hit the rim and went out. I was wondering if you could just kind of say what you were thinking at that point. It just seemed like
We missed it. I mean, Riss got off a look, and, when I watched it, I was like, it's got a little bit of a chance. We'll see what happens. And it didn't go in. I mean, it's one of those, and of course it sucks. I mean, I hate to lose. Hate to lose at anything. But at the same time, I've done it my entire career, is I'm going to make sure I go down to that other end and give respect to the coaches, their players, wish them luck, congratulate them, because it's what you're supposed to do. So that's, we have won a lot here. We have won a lot. And I respect the coaches that do that, and I've always told myself I'm always going to do it. We've lost some heartbreakers, and it's never going to change. So are you upset you lost? Yes. But you also know to simply walk down to that other end, congratulate the players and the coaches.
Jeff, thank you for your time. Congratulations on your season. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here post-game for Louisville and Middle Tennessee. We'll be back with you immediately following the conclusion of our second game here in Baton Rouge between LSU and Rice. Until then, have a good Friday afternoon.